Hello, 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 hello. How's everyone doing today? Good afternoon, good day, midday. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to Her Story, a production of the Life Changes Center. I am your host, Dr. Jackie Evans Phillips, and today I am really excited that I have a very special guest on today, Dr. Glenda Niles. But before we bring on Dr. Glenda Niles, I want to talk a little bit about who I am, what the Life Changes Center, and also I'm going to be giving you homework for this aside for this recording. So I am on a I am on a mission to really help individuals move to the next best version of themselves. I am a midwife of purpose. And through the Life Changes Center, my goal is simply to empower individuals to heal, build, and move toward the next best version of themselves. And so, my question today for you is, what is your next best version of yourself? What does that look like? And so, as you listen to my guest today, Dr. Glenda Niles, I'd like you to reflect on that. Reflect on, are you living a bigger life? Are you dreaming bigger? Are you planning bigger? And are you living a big life? And this guest, Dr. Glenda Niles, is a personal friend of mine. We are a work classmates at St. Joseph's Convent. We are class of 1989. Um, we've connected. She even reminded me that we actually went to elementary school together and even daycare together. We are also from the same country, St. Lucia. And then we reconnected. I think it's over the past 5 years we reconnected together, and then we are now business colleagues. So it is with great honor and joy that I bring on our very special guest today, Dr. Niles. How are you? How's it
Hi,
going?
Jackie. Thanks for having me. I'm doing great. Thank you so much
Before
for,
we before
having
we
me
connect,
today.
I think there's an echo, but we'll move through. But before we connect, let's make sure that all our friends are connected. Let's make sure that we're able to share our links and have everyone connected. So let's make sure if you are connecting with us today, say hello. Let us know how you are doing. Let us know what part of the world you are watching from because Glenda is from Barbados. And so we are international today, and it is with great joy and excitement to have you. Make sure that everyone is connected. Make sure all your links are connected because we want all your friends and families to hear exactly what we have to say today, to hear your story, your journey towards bigger, your journey towards bigger. And as you're coming in, say a few
And as
words,
you're
let us
coming
know
in,
who you're
say a
with.
few words.
And also, leave if you have
And
comments,
also,
if you have questions towards the end, I will take some time to answer. Dr. Niles will take some time to answer some questions as well. So, are we all connected? Make sure. Dr. Niles is a worldwide um, professor and she's well connected. So we have to make sure all her networks are connected. But while Dr. Niles is getting all her connections together, let me introduce who Dr.
I
Niles
hope
is.
it's on.
Yes. Dr. Niles is currently a part-time lecturer at the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill, and the former, listen, my eyes are going, and the former head of school at Ursula's at the Ursuline Convent School in Barbados.
Westerline.
She's Ursuline, right? Did I say that correctly?
Westerline.
Ursula.
Westerline. Yeah.
Um, she is the CEO of her company called Mark of Excellence, through which she does writing and editing consultancies. And currently, she has moved into life coaching and now is also an author. And we'll talk a little bit about that. So, as a life coach, Dr. Naz works with individuals and groups to guide and support healing and growth in order to improve mental health. Through her writings, bloggings, and podcasting, Dr. Niles continues on her quest to reach as many persons as possible with her messages of healing, growth, and positivity. Good afternoon, Dr. Niles. Welcome to the Her Story show. It is such an honor to have you here. Can you tell our audience hello? Tell them a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Okay, apart from what Jackie would have just read. So, yes, I'm St. Lucian. I currently reside in Barbados. I've been in Barbados for about 13 or 14 years now. Um, yeah, I've made Barbados my home. But so St. Lucian to the heart. Yeah,
Always.
I've been an educator for a long time, being an educator. So I started teaching in 1991.
Mm,
Yeah, it's been a long time in education. And so I think I've just moved on to other things.
correct, correct,
Yes.
correct, correct, correct. So, as we talk a little bit about for our viewers who are listening to us through the Life Changer Center, I'm using the I Am Bigger framework, where we move individuals to the next best version of themselves. And I'm also we're going to listen to Dr. Niles as she talks about her journey towards the next best version of themselves, of herself. And as an individual moves to their journey of their best, of the next best version of themselves, an individual will go through three stages. The first stage is stage one, as a restorer, where that individual seeks and builds towards developing and creating a balance in themselves. So that's stage one. Stage two, these are expanders. These are individuals who are building on balance in their lives, but now they are really connecting and finding peace between the body, mind, and soul. And we have the stage three individuals who are manifestors. And the stage three individuals have already building on stage two and now are building on stage three, where they now move towards creating platforms or moving in on positions where they can create impact and make a difference in the lives of others. And a couple of elements that are used in that process is seeking and building. And so, Dr. Nels, can you help our audience identify exactly what stage are you in? What are you seeking currently in life? And exactly how are you building towards that stage?
So if I think about it right now, I would say that I'm in the last stage. I'm a manifester. Over the last couple of years, and incidentally, I think I would have started the push when I became part of your program, Soaring into Greatness, and
Amen.
that would have been the first right publishing of my story,
Yes.
and from that, I well, that's it. I decided that I was going to soar into greatness. So I haven't stopped soaring. I've been heading
Amen.
higher and higher because, I mean, what's the point of soaring and not heading up into the sky?
Amen. I love that. I love that.
So
And so
I think that's why I'm saying that is the stage.
that's
Okay,
the
that's
stage.
that's the stage that I'm at. I am, no limits, no limits right now.
Amen. I love it. And I think what was pivotal, I've been sitting on the front stage, I guess, or right on the first. I have a first row seat to your development, Glenda, and I am just totally amazed.
Yeah.
And was it prior COVID or just right around COVID that you made that shift? I think it was after you ended that job as a principal, right? That shift started
That was in
happening. Was that?
20, it was 2017.
Oh wow, time
Because it
flies.
was 2017, right, when I, left the job, and I said to myself, listen, there's a lot more I can do. There's a lot more I need to do. And that's when I went and I got certified as a life coach. And I was like, I'm
Yes,
ready.
yes,
So it's been 3 years, a little, yes, 3 years getting here, getting to this point.
yes. And one of the key things as we help individuals move, because we're both life coaches as well, as we help
Yeah.
individuals move towards the next best version of themselves, the understanding the
Hmm.
power of time, understanding the power of journey through that, and understanding that all of the elements help, all of the different stages that you go through help towards your
That's
transformation.
right.
And
Hmm.
talk a little bit about how you have grown through time, how time has shaped you, how time has molded you to where you are today.
I have my journey has not been an easy one. I battled cancer. I went through a divorce. Through, leaving home and having to settle in another country. I was a student as an adult. I was a mother and a student, both undergrad and then the postgrad. And, I when I first returned I started to do the masters. I remembered somebody saying to me, "Oh, well, you never know. You just perhaps go on and do the PhD." And I was like, "Me? PhD? No, 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 that's not for me." But once I started, I said to myself, "But so why am I limiting myself? Why not just go for it? Why not just go for it?" And I think at that time, so that would have been in 2010, so many others were seeing in me what I was seeing in myself.
Mm,
So I knew I needed to start seeing it for myself. And it was gradual.
yes,
Eventually saw it and then said, okay, I'm going to go. So I
yes,
went
yes,
ahead,
yes,
went right into the PhD. Um, I did my best and came out successful. And, that has just been it, graduating in 2014. I just, tried my best to, it's always, what's next? Let's see what's next.
yes,
So I
yes,
haven't
yes.
stopped
Amen,
going
amen.
what I want.
One of the key words you mentioned is finding you in the process, you know?
Hmm.
And I was talking to a client yesterday, and she's trying to find herself, and inside is empty. And so as we try to find
Mm.
ourselves, that I want you to share some wisdom to our viewers in terms of, yes, they may decide that they're going to jump into this program. Yes, they may decide that they're going to take this new path. But the word journey and tension is still going to happen.
That's
Life is
right.
still going to happen. We're still going to navigate through life. And so, what are some strategies or tips that you could give our audience as they are going through, despite new birth, despite rebirth, despite a new direction? How can we develop resiliency, and what help has helped you push through?
I think one of the first things is that we have to understand, tell ourselves that is not going to be easy. Once you let yourself know it's not going to be easy, I think you are better able to face the challenges when they arise, because there are going to be challenges. The stresses, especially if you're on your own, stress can really, take you down sometimes. So, a few of the things that I guess worked for me is that I had a sort of support system in terms of friends who were there to encourage. The times when I felt, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through all of this? And you know that their friends would talk you down basically and let you know why you're doing it. So come on, just continue. You almost there. You're almost there. Just continue. Um, through my process as well, I ended up, I guess, learning new things. And one of the areas that I explored was reevaluation counseling. And the persons I had done that program with, it really got me to evaluate then, okay, why is it I keep holding myself back? So that's where my healing started, and from my healing came my growth.
Amen. Amen.
So
Amen.
once I went the process. So I was learning the reevaluation counseling, but the way we learned it was to go through it. So we didn't just learn it by reading books and so on.
Mhm.
We
A
went through
personal
it,
journey. Yes.
and I think that's it really helped. It really helped, and made me a lot more aware of my patterns in life. Why I would make the same types of decisions. So once you're aware of the patterns and the types of decisions that you're making, then you're more able to break the patterns that are not good, and
Yes. Yes.
to move. So you make a conscious effort to change. And that's perhaps where my growth really started. Forgiveness had a big part to play with it. Being able to let go of things I didn't even realize that I was holding on to. Because, I would say, well, I'm not, it doesn't bother me. But I didn't realize that even in some of the decisions I was making, it was because I was holding on to that
Mm.
pain. I
Yeah.
was
Forgiveness
making
is a key.
certain decisions. Right. So once I was able, then it was to forgive myself, then to forgive, just whoever it was, and that I acknowledged the lesson that I was supposed to learn. And, and then that was it. Move on. And I've been, it doesn't end. The thing about it is that it's not as if you do it for 2 months and then that's it. It's a continuous journey, continuous journey.
I think that's powerful. For those who are just joining us, I am Dr. Jackie Evans Phillips. I am interviewing Dr. Glenda Niles from Barbados. If you, I'd like to welcome our viewers. You are listening to the Her Story. And if you have any questions for Glenda, apart from loving her beautiful hair, everyone is loving your hair, Glenda.
Oh, thank you.
um, you can put it in our comment section. But also too, as you listen to Dr. Niles, I also want you to also start thinking about where are you on your journey towards the next best version of yourself, and what does the next best version of yourselves look like? So think about that as you listen to Dr. Niles's journey. And so now we're going to take a shift. COVID happened, and there is something
Yes.
about tension. Tension creates, I guess, sometimes stress. Tension creates pain, but also tension creates transformation. And so for
That's
you
right.
too, now talk a little bit about what something happened during COVID. It created your
Um,
platform to explode,
yes.
and talk a little bit about that.
During the initial lockdown last year, and in this is like a year later, right? Because it was around this time that the whole world had shut down. And
Yeah.
what I started to realize is that, okay, there I was. I was, pushing myself as a life coach. My concentration was really on just doing one-on-one sessions with individuals. And when COVID happened, it was like I said, it's like what I'm offering can be offered to groups. So why not change my focus and do workshops and seminars? Because then I'm reaching a wider audience. I'm reaching a wider audience. So I think that this is what I want to do. There I am trying to market myself as just a life coach for sessions. But I'm thinking I can reach so many more persons. So the way it started was I started doing like I would do a seminar for somebody would call me and say, do you think you can do so for my group? And I'm like, okay, no problem. And I was doing it, doing it and realized, well, it's what I've been doing. I based my life because I've been teaching all my life. So it's just now I'm teaching, I'm no longer teaching the Spanish. I'm teaching, people how to heal, how to grow, how to look ahead, how to shift. And so I think the lockdown made me stop underestimating the impact it
Mm.
have.
Amen.
I did some podcasting. I remember, I said, let me try the podcasting. And I attempted the podcast, and, persons would send me comments and say, thank you so much. I really need to hear this today. This is really good. I said, okay, if I reach one person to get them change their mindset, think differently so that they can act differently, then I
Mhm.
think I've done what it is I'm supposed to do. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. And then you also started writing affirmations. Let's talk about that.
Well, yes, my quotes and so, yeah. I think again, I noticed this time a lot of people were affected mentally. Mental health it's extremely important. I know how important it is. I know how important it was. So I know, when you're in a dark space, you just need something positive, something to take your mind off of, whatever it is that's holding you down. So I started my daily um, motivational quotes. I would, I would sit sometimes. I would do I would do meditation, and then the thoughts would come, and I would sit with a notebook and just write them out, and then sit another day and design them. And I would say, okay, every morning I'm sending one out. Every morning I'm going to send one out, and just so I posted on Facebook, I posted on Instagram. I made sure I shared in among my WhatsApp contacts, on my status, and so on. And at the end of 2020, I said, so many of us, because people started saying, "Oh, I can't wait for 2020 to end, and this year was the worst," and, da, 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 and everything negative about 2020. And I said, maybe I need to get people to focus on the lessons in
Mm-hmm.
2020.
Mm.
And so for the month of December, that was my focus: lessons from 2020. And there was so many, and I wanted the month of December, but I could still be writing on lessons learned from 2020, because you see, too often when we go through an experience,
Mm-hmm.
we only pull out the negative, what wasn't good about it. But if sometimes we ask ourselves, what was it trying to teach me? Was it teaching me something about myself? Was it teaching me something about maybe the society I'm in? Was it teaching me something about my outlook on life? You know, my what my mindset is. You know, what was it teaching me? I think we need, and we need to focus on the lessons, and there are good and bad lessons in every situation. We can find something that we were supposed to learn.
Definitely,
And
definitely,
as I'm
definitely.
saying that, that is what then led me to put it all in a book form
Yeah,
as a
yeah, yeah.
journal, you
And
know,
then you gave
because
birth.
I
I mean,
said persons would have missed the boat. They would have missed it. The day I posted it, they would have missed it. And I was like, I think that this is something that perhaps some people need to, to remind themselves, remind themselves every now and then of, you know, what what are the lessons that I'm supposed to learn? What is it I'm missing? What is it I didn't get? Why is this happening all the time and so on? And it's that's it. The book was born, a dose of daily motivation, a
yes,
dose of daily
yes,
motivation.
yes. And for our viewers, this is a copy of the book, A Dose of Daily Meditation, a daily dose of meditation. Um,
Motivation, yeah.
what's significant about this journey? And as you were talking, I was thinking about sometimes we don't know the outcome of a process.
Yes.
We don't know the outcome of a process. And sometimes it starts with a single idea. And you started with a single idea of the motivation. And it's amazing how you were able to develop the structure around it. And then what
Yes.
happens is it
You
got
know,
bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And for our viewers too, wherever you are along your journey in life, or wherever you are along your best toward moving towards your best self, the key thing is consistency. The key thing is consistency, no matter where you are through that process. And so we want to encourage you to be consistent. We want to encourage you to keep focused. We want to encourage you no matter what happens. To get up every day is a new gift. Every day is a different journey. So we need to get up and keep moving. And so
yeah.
Dr. Niles, now where I know, so for our audience, because I know everybody's been asking Dr. Niles about the book. So at this current stage, we are accepting pre-orders, right?
Yes.
Yes and
Yes.
no.
I have
You want to explain
posted,
that a little bit?
yeah, I posted the link and I'll keep posting it. I'll try posting it every day. The link to pre-order,
We'll
but
post it
that's
in the
you
chat as well.
pre-ordering, right? So you pre-ordering if you are in St. Lucia
Or in the
or
Caribbean.
Barbados. Okay, so St. Lucia or Barbados, you will pre-order. If anywhere else, then you purchase on Amazon.
And so it's
So
currently on
it's
Amazon.
COVID. It's
Yeah.
currently on Amazon. Yes, so you can purchase on Amazon. But if you want your autographed copy, then Barbados and St. Lucia, these I will be autographing. So you pre-order so that I can make sure once I've received the copies that you will get your autograph. Yeah.
Nice,
So
nice, nice, nice.
I will post the link.
So,
I'll keep posting it so persons can. Yeah.
so what's next for Dr. Naz now? So the book is out. The book is going to be
Yes.
out. So,
And
folks can continue connecting with you, wanting your services. Tell us a little bit about
definitely.
what's next for you, how they can connect with you, and all of that good stuff.
Okay, so I do have, and this book is the book one. So the book two is coming. And just so people can so understand, it is a reflective journal. So I explain in the book, I explain what a reflective journal is. It's not a regular journal where you're just writing. No. And I give you the guide in terms of how you do proper reflection, because without reflection, your growth is limited, your healing is limited. You have to reflect. You have to look back at what has happened, why it has happened, how did it make you feel, and what did you learn. So you will structure your reflections way. So the book has parts for you to be able to do your reflection, and it has the quotes, the affirmations, those bits of motivation. You can choose to reflect them as well. What it means for you personally, what the particular quote means for you. So you can choose how you want to use your reflective journal. And this is book one, and there will be a book two coming out in a few months.
And
And
also,
my next step, Dr. Jackie, is
okay,
I'm currently designing a seminar, which will be a 6-week seminar called Shift,
called Shift.
where I will take persons where they are and lead them to the T in Shift, which is transformation.
Amen. 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 And so, Dr. Naz, how can they get in touch with you?
So I'm available on social media. You look for Glenda.Niles on Facebook, or my business page, which is Mark of Excellence BDS. So you can search for either my name or the business page on Facebook. On Instagram, you can look for me at it's Glenn's Niles, GL Niles on Instagram. You can email me, business email, mark of excellence BDS at gmail.com. Yeah, so you can me on social media or email by email.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And for those viewers who are just joining us, if you have any questions for Dr. Naz, you can put them in the comments. We will be putting
Sure.
the link for the book as well. So if you are in the
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean, you can do your pre-orders. And if you are in the US or any other part of the world and you want to do
Other
or
island,
and you
yeah.
want to order on Amazon, it is currently on Amazon as well. And so, as we turn the corner, one of the things that you mentioned is that we've taken a journey together personally in terms of a couple of things.
Yeah.
Um, you said we went to daycare together.
Yes. Yes, we did. And we were the oldest two at the preschool.
And I have no recollection of that, but that's okay. But then we had a wonderful journey at St. Joseph's Convent. Talk a little bit about the fundamentals, the
Yes, we
foundation,
did.
and how, as an XJC graduate, how has that shaped you and molded you into the person or the woman you are today?
I mean, I cannot, we really cannot deny the impact that attending SJC on us, being who we are. Um, and you came in at 11, 12 years old, not knowing anything, and you leave by the time you leave at age 17 or 16. I mean, you are ready to take on the world, ready to take on the world. When I went back to teach, that was something I kept saying to the girls, especially the senior ones. I would have them in class, and I would sometimes, okay, the Spanish, because sometimes you you sense something's going on, and you talk to them and you say to them, listen, ladies, you will look back on your 5 years and realize how much you have been prepared
Mm-hmm.
for out there.
Amen. It has.
I mean, we learned how to express our creativity. We learned how to speak up and not be afraid,
Yes.
because we were always encouraged to express ourselves in the right way.
Yes. Yes.
We were taught good values. Something as simple as you start your day with prayer. That's what we were doing every
Foundation.
morning. There was assembly. you know you start your day in the right way. So even now, okay, we're not attending assembly, but you learn that you start the day in the right way.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
that's it. That is it.
And Glenda, what was so amazing was the virtual sports. Just for us to how
Oh yes.
it brought it to it really
Hmm.
magnified those core values. It really showed a sisterhood. It really showed what are some of the words. How did that impact you in terms of like that
It is.
thread?
I mean, even now, I'm still in the WhatsApp group that was formed to be able to discuss the strategy for the sports. I'm still in that WhatsApp group, and so persons you, the thing for me is that there are people I would have gone to school with, and then there were so many students that I taught over the years, and to be able to get a glimpse into their lives now. Even today, as we speak, SG is having a virtual career fair. I will be addressing the students later this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's amazing. It's one group. So it was the class of 2002. They have organized this thing. They have put this thing together. And yesterday I was on the platform, and it is amazing what we can do from wherever we are in the world. Because that's the thing. You don't have to be in St. Lucia to contribute. You don't have to be in St. Lucia to come. And that is what we are seeing. That is what SJC is about.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
But also,
it started
but
with the
also,
sports, and I know it's going to continue.
definitely, 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 definitely. And also too on a larger, you also mentioned too, we could be anywhere in the world. And I think one of the things that this
Yes,
pandemic has really taught us is it has brought us closer together, as a world in terms of our
that's it.
connectivity and our ability to connect, you know, and reach
Yes.
into the homes and into schools and institutions and really create impact. I think
Hmm.
that's one of the lessons learned from
Yes, that is one of the
COVID.
lessons. That's right. Yep.
Definitely.
And we
Now
don't
our
have to let
relationship.
physical distance keep us apart.
Exactly, exactly. Our relationship continues to unfold as well. And talk a little bit about your relationship working with me and how that has impacted you, and also how what would you share to others who may be interested in working with me?
Okay, so I did, it was last year as well that I did a program with you. So
Hmm.
for those who don't know, the Life Changers Institute puts on various programs, again, to help take you from where you are to where you need to be.
Correctly.
And it's up to you to decide where you need to be. But
Hmm.
Jackie works with us, weekly. You have hands-on, you have a booklet, you have questions to answer, and it's all your own personal. So it's not as if there's a question to answer, you can Google the answer. No,
Hmm.
it's personal growth and development. So she takes you through the process and so on, helps you to, you know, really see yourself, may others see you. Because I think very often we don't see our true selves, and others see so much in us, and that we we don't get to see it. So getting to remove the blinders and truly see yourself so that you will begin to live the life that you were meant to live.
Mm-hmm.
um
Mm-hmm.
I've done programs with Jackie, and then I'm now kind of working with her, where she uses writing as a
Too.
form of healing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so where her clients then end up writing and for publication. So I then do the editing. So I would give them
Mm-hmm.
the feedback and so on to help improve their writing and so on, so that when it goes, to publish, they become authors. That's what Jackie's helping others to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And for those who are just joining, I am a midwife of purpose. And I'm on a personal mission through my company, the Life Changer Center, to really help individuals move from the now to the next best version of themselves. And so when we look at the now, is that we help individuals heal, we help individuals restore, activate their voices, and move towards creating impact. And so, no matter where you are along your journey, my question to you today is, what is the next best version of yourselves? And one of the ways that we achieve the goals, we do individual therapy. I have through my practice, I have clinicians working with me. I'm also a coach, a transformational life coach as well. So I'll work with you as individually, or you may go through one of our academies as well. So if you're interested in moving towards
Mhm.
the next best version of yourself, what I would ask you to do is connect with me. What is the next best version of yourself? What does that look like for you? What does the next best version of yourself look like for you? And so, Glenda, talk
Yeah.
to us a little bit as we wrap up. What does the next best version of yourself look like? Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Doing more of what I'm doing now. So there will definitely be more writing, more workshops and seminars and conferences. Yeah, when you hear my name, Dr. G, you're going to know she's a motivational speaker and life coach.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yes.
And any final thoughts?
I just want to tell everybody who's listening, watching us, and so on. It is important to know who you are. It's important, first of all, to have a vision what you want to be, who you want to be. Your now is not the end. Use it as the springboard to get to where you want to be. Have that vision, see it, manifest it, and then go after it.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. And I think one of the key words you mentioned too is that your now is not necessarily where you want to be. And then for individuals who are interested in moving from the now to the next best version of yourself, I would say connect with us today at the Life Changer Center. Our information is there, our telephone number is there. Where are you on that journey? Are you moving towards your healing? Are you an expander? Or are you ready to move into manifesting, creating impact? So connect with us today if you have any questions, and we'll help you develop an I am bigger blueprint of your life. What does the next best version of your life look like for you today? And finally, I would like to thank Dr. Niles for taking the time out to be part of the Her Story production. I'd like to thank our viewers. Let's see if we have any questions. I think we got a lot of positive comments and feedback. Let's see if I see anything. Sancho
Yes.
said, I think you recognize the name. Doxley. She's class of
Sure.
SJC 95. Yeah.
Yes.
So she said she thought
Yes.
she recognized you. Yes, yes. And class of 89, Kelly. And you know, your whole tribe is there giving you some love, Glenda.
Yes.
So we want to thank
Thank you,
everyone.
ladies.
Yes, everyone who took the time to really come out and support us as move through, and we really want to encourage you to as you move towards the next best version of yourself. What does that look like? Glenda is a life coach. I am a life coach as well. Connect with us today. We are
We can
here to
help you
help.
find that next step. Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. And so I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Be blessed and have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks.